I'm Christa Jacobson, Headmistress of the Budo Ninjutsu Dojo, and today I'm going to tackle a question that I get quite frequently, and it's probably because of my own personal spiritual belief, but I do get this question, and it is, do you have to practice a specific religion to train at the Budo Ryu or to train in authentic ninjutsu and traditional samurai bujutsu? And the answer to all those questions is absolutely not no. I believe, and this is just my belief, okay, but I believe that you can study any religion, any faith, any belief that you want and still practice and study authentic ninjutsu and traditional samurai bujutsu. Now, I'm going to make this video, and anytime you talk about spirituality and religion, it does tend to piss people off. And I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm not trying to make anybody upset. But it is a question that I get here at the dojo. So I'm making this video so when I do get the question again, I can link them to this video. The question is, do you have to be a specific religion, okay? And just an easy answer is absolutely not, okay? Now, I cannot speak for other dojos and other martial organizations because I know other dojos do teach religion and spirituality in their curriculum. I know of a ninjutsu school that actually reads scriptures from the Bible. You know, I know of other organizations that says, Christian martial arts. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As long as you're saying up front and the people who walk in the door, it's understood that, Christianity or Buddhism or whatever it is that you've added to the curriculum, as long as people know that that's part of the curriculum, then I don't think it's a problem. That's just not the position that we take here with the Budo Ryu, okay? So when I'm speaking and answering this question, I want you guys to realize I'm speaking for myself and I'm speaking for my school. I'm not speaking for all of the ninjutsu organizations and all, I'm not. So if you're interested in the Budo Ryu, I'm going to give you our answer. If you're interested in another ninjutsu organization or samurai bujutsu or Budo organization, you need to ask them what they do with their curriculum, okay? But as far as the Budo Ninjutsu Dojo is concerned, you can be any belief, any religion, any faith, anything that you choose to practice with your spirituality. It will not affect your training at all. Okay, we believe that your own spirituality is a very intimate thing, and that's between you and what you believe. And that belief does not need to be inside the dojo. Okay, I don't preach what I believe in my spiritual habits to my students. It's just the same. They don't give it back to me. And it's one of those things that we just don't talk about, okay? Now, with that being said, now a lot of people with the traditionalists, they'd be like, oh, you don't teach tradition. That's false. We do teach tradition and we do teach cultural aspects, traditional Japanese culture, but we don't teach religion. To me, they're completely different, okay? I know you guys see the movies and you see all the samurai and the cultural and traditional things, and you see all the different ceremonies, and you see the ninja doing the Kuji in those movies and all this kind of stuff, and all that's well and good. And do we cover those aspects of traditional Japanese culture? Yes. Do we teach those ceremonies, tea ceremony and kaiten kinbu and all the sword dance and some of those things? Yes, of course we do. Do we look at the Kuji of the shinobi and ninja, or the samurai warrior in general, actually? People, they attribute the Kuji-in and the Kuji-kiri and all this kind of stuff. They attach that some special spirituality of the ninja, and actually it's from like different Mikkyo sects and things like that. So you could actually study the Kuji-in and Kuji-kiri and not study ninjutsu or samurai bujutsu at all. But people would take that, they see the movies and they think, oh, if you're a ninja, you're going to be doing secret prayers and all this kind of stuff, and casting spells and all these things, and all that's well and good, there's some truth to all of that. But there's a difference between, in my heart, and because I'm a very spiritual person, there is a difference between teaching a religion and teaching traditions and customs, okay? When people come in and they, maybe they're at the black belt levels and we're going over aspects of the Kuji-in. I'll give you guys an example. I approached the lesson as, this is what they did at that time in history. This is what it means. This is why they did it. This is where it's from. And the students will write it down in their personal denshos. And, we'll go through the hand signs one time, and I'll say this is this, and then they'll write their notes. But we approach it as a traditional lesson. We don't approach it like now all of us go out in the backyard and then start, summoning up some sort of a god or a tengu or something, That's not the case. That's not what we do in any way at all. Maybe other schools do. I leave all of those things up to the students. If the students get to the levels where we're looking at some of those type of things, with the Kuji and the breathing and the meditation, I leave that specifically up to the student. It is not something that's forced. It's not something that's part of the curriculum. If a student wants to have special training in that or to get more knowledge about that and go out and actually do that type of training, then I will be more than happy to cover that with them at that time in their training. I would never take someone who's a white belt or a beginner and then go out and do that. There definitely is a certain amount of training and I don't use the word marinating, but you have to marinate yourself enough in the art and absorb enough to understand it before you can even do those sort of things. I just want to make sure I'm clear here. I feel as the headmistress of the Budo Ninjutsu Dojo that you do not have to follow any specific religion or faith or belief. You can follow what you want. What you choose to believe and whatever religion and faith and spirituality that you choose, that is perfectly fine. It will not affect your training here at the dojo. Like I said, other schools force that stuff on their students. We don't. You can believe what you want and still come in here. Okay, that will not affect your training. However, I want to make sure that we're clear, even though we do not push religion, we are a school that teaches traditional Japanese customs. Okay, so the clothing that we wear, we do give honor to the tradition, to the Japanese culture. So obviously you're wearing kimono and hakama and things like that. There's a specific way to bow into the class, bow out of the class. You bow to the sensei that's helping you with your lesson every time they give you a lesson to say thank you. It's just a traditional way of saying thank you if you want to look at it in such a way. But traditional Japanese customs are taught in the dojo. Religion is not. Okay, we approach the training as traditional training, teaching traditional martial arts and traditional Japanese customs, not a religious type cult where you have to, drink the Kool-Aid and everyone believes the same thing. That's definitely not the case here. And like I said, I probably get this a little bit more than most just because of my own personal spiritual beliefs, but my religion, my faith, my belief, everything that I do has absolutely no presence in this dojo whatsoever at all. I do not put it on here. I don't talk about it in the videos. I just don't, because I don't feel that it needs to be talked about in a martial art lesson, okay? Now that doesn't mean one day I don't make videos specifically about my faith or my spirituality and my belief. Maybe one day I do. I just don't think that it needs to be in the dojo. I think that our spirituality, what we follow as far as a religion and a faith, it's so intimate in our heart. And what we believe is very intimate. I mean, it's our connection to a higher being. It's our connection to what we believe, who we are as people. And that is a very special and sacred and intimate thing that we have inside. And I just don't think that a potential student or any student has to feel like they have to change what they believe to study ninjutsu or to change what they believe to study the way of the samurai. See, I don't believe they need to. So to all of you guys who are interested in authentic ninjutsu and traditional samurai bujutsu, I can't speak for all the ninjutsu and samurai bujutsu organizations out there, but I can speak for mine. And I can say that you guys can come in here regardless of any religion that you believe, any faith that you believe what you want. It will not affect your training here at the Budo Ninjutsu Dojo. So I hope I answered your question regarding religion in traditional samurai bujutsu and authentic ninjutsu. Of course, like I said, this is just my opinion and the opinion of my school, the Budo Ninjutsu Dojo. But, you can believe what you want and still come here. So thank you guys very much for all your love and support. It is deeply appreciated. And until next time, take care, be safe, and good luck in your journey of Budo.